In a world that's just full of endless swiping and, these instant connections, how do we even know what's real anymore? Today, we're going to explore that fuzzy line between genuine intimacy and the illusion of it that modern dating can so easily create.
And this is really the big question, isn't it? With so many apps, so many ways to meet people, are we actually building real, solid bonds, or are we just finding these temporary fixes to swipe away the loneliness? It really is the central dilemma of dating today.
You know that question? It leads us straight into our first big idea, what's called the abundance paradox. It's this strange, ironic situation where having more options than ever before to connect has somehow made finding deep, true intimacy feel more rare than ever.
And here's where you can really see that contradiction in action. On one hand, we have endless access to people, and we're more sexually free than any generation before us. But on the other hand, that very abundance can make real intimacy feel incredibly scarce. It's almost like the more choices we have, the easier it becomes to just stay emotionally detached.
But that emotional detachment, well, it comes with a cost. It leads to something some people call the emotional hangover, that unseen, and let's be honest, often unspoken, side effect of casual encounters.
Think about it. We talk a lot about the physical side of things, right? But the emotional crash that can come after? That part often flies completely under the radar. And it's this unseen consequence that can really leave a lasting mark.
So here's the promise, right? Casual encounters are supposed to be fun, freeing, totally empowering. But for so many people, the reality is, well, it's a whole different story. Instead of feeling all that excitement, the experience can leave you feeling kind of flat or empty, or even worse, making you question your own self-worth. It's a huge disconnect.
A really powerful way to think about this is treating intimacy like you're ordering takeout. Yeah, it's fast, it's convenient, it satisfies an immediate hunger. But it's often over before you've had a chance to truly connect, and that just makes the whole thing feel so transactional instead of relational.
Okay, so if that's the problem, where do we even begin to find a solution? Well, it all starts with redefining what connection really means and moving our focus way beyond the purely physical.
Let's just get this out of the way. The whole idea of a no-strings-attached encounter, it's pretty much a myth. Our emotions aren't some switch we can just flip on and off. Every single interaction we have involves an exchange of energy, whether we consciously realize it or not.
And this is what we're actually searching for when we talk about intimacy. It is not just about being physically close to someone. It's about building depth, building trust. It's that profound, incredible feeling of being truly seen and understood for exactly who you are.
And that right there is the heart of the matter, isn't it? A casual hookup might scratch a surface-level itch, but our deeper, fundamental human need is to be known, to be valued. And a fleeting, physical-only connection often leaves that core need completely unmet. It's also so important to remember that intimacy isn't just one thing. It's multifaceted. It has all these different layers. You can build emotional intimacy through deep conversations, intellectual intimacy by sharing big ideas, experiential intimacy by going on adventures together, and even spiritual intimacy, just through a quiet, mindful connection.
So once you get that intimacy has all these different flavors, it totally empowers you to start making more conscious choices. And that brings us to our final section, how to move from just going on autopilot to intentionally choosing connections that actually serve you. And here's a real game changer. Taking the time to define what intimacy means for you, not for your friends, not for society, but for you, is one of the most powerful acts of self-respect you can perform. Because when you're clear on your own definition, you stop chasing someone else's, and you naturally start finding connections that are a much better fit.
This all leads to an incredibly simple but super powerful question to ask yourself in those moments of choice. Is what I'm doing right now nourishing me, or is it just numbing me? Are you building something that actually feeds your soul, or are you just trying to silence that feeling of loneliness for a little while?
And right along those same lines, here's another one to ask. Am I chasing validation here, or am I trying to build a real connection? Seriously, the motivation behind our actions, whether we're just looking for an ego boost or for genuine closeness, it changes the entire experience.
Because ultimately, what this all comes down to is this. Real intimacy is about choosing connections that leave you feeling more whole, not more empty. It's about engaging with people in a way that builds you up, that adds to your life. The real question isn't just about who you connect with, it's about how you choose to connect.